Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm a high school software engineer with years of experience, and today we're going to be talking about one of my top keyboards for coding efficiently. While some might say it doesn't matter what keyboard you use, if you want to reach high levels of efficiency and stop wasting time doing minute tasks within your coding sessions, getting a good solid keyboard with every single function that you need to code efficiently is essential for you to honestly be as productive as possible. Alright, so the first keyboard we're going to talk about today is my number one keyboard. It's the keyboard that I use on my day-to-day. This keyboard is the LK67. I honestly love this keyboard so much. If you watch any of my other videos and you look hard enough, you can see my keyboard in the background. I absolutely love this thing. As in the name, there's 67 keys on this keyboard, which includes the standard alphabet keys, the number keys. It does not have any function keys that kind of is collaborated in the numbers. And then also, in addition to the standard keyboard that comes in, we also have our arrow keys and our page up, page down, and delete keys, which are also programmable to be whatever you really want, which I absolutely love. On this keyboard, we also have this knob right here, which controls the volume of your videos that you're watching. It's great for things like video editing and things of that sort. I absolutely just love it. I think it looks so sleek and minimalistic. And I have this specific keycap set on it. This is not the keycap set that came with the keyboard. I believe it was just a plain basic white one. But it's an amazing keyboard. On the back, it comes with some LEDs on the back, and you can also have these LEDs be programmed to show different colors and things of that sort. And it shines on your mouse pad, so it honestly looks amazing. This keyboard also is Bluetooth, which is something that I really am fond of with my setup. Cable management is something that I'm not really good at, so if I don't have to use a cable, I'm not going to, which is why I love this keyboard over some of the other keyboards I'm going to talk about later today. In addition to it being Bluetooth, you can use a wired option, and this is also how you charge it, with a USB-C cable over here to the side. This keyboard is compatible with both Mac and Windows. I personally use it on my Mac, which is what's running behind me. Mac Mini with obviously the Apple operating system, but I have connected it to my brother's computer and he uses a PC, so it works just as well with everybody's operating systems. I think it's amazing. The second keyboard we're going to talk about, I don't actually have personally, but it's a keyboard that I use on my friend's setup and I still think it should be shared. It's something I'm actually trying to save up for now, which is the Logitech MX Mini. This keyboard is a more compact version of the LK, which I just talked about earlier, with arrow keys, page up keys, and the delete key as well. As I said with this one, it is compatible with both Mac and Windows operating systems. When it comes to the Logitech, it's way more minimalistic than the ones that I have here with the compact keys and the compact switches. Because of that, if you want to be able to interchange switches and keycaps and things of that sort, you have to be specialized with that type of keyboard. But it still technically counts under the mechanical keyboard genre, so I still highly recommend. Alright, the next keyboard we're going to talk about is the Warmier K87. Now this is, like in the name, an 87 key keyboard. It has a lot more functions than the previous keyboards that we spoke about. There are a lot of pros and cons about it when comparing it to the keyboards that we spoke about previously. Some of the pros are that it has way more key functionalities, like in addition to the page up and page down and the delete, it has a lot of other keys like the home and the end, pause, and things of that sort. Of course, it always has the arrow keys, which I absolutely love, and I highly recommend everybody get a keyboard with arrow keys. And in addition to that, it also has all the function keys up top, which the other keyboards did not have, which pretty much means if you don't have a mechanical keyboard already, that you have to click Alt and then wherever key would be sharing the function value. So if it's has F1 under the function, you have to hold Control 1 and that will get you F1 or whatever the specific program that you have for your keyboard. This also works with both Windows and Mac, but my brother mainly uses this for his Windows. I love this keyboard, but despite a lot of the pros, there are some cons about it. It's not very compact, it's kind of big, but if you don't really care about that, then that doesn't really matter. Another thing is that you cannot control the RGB. This does have RGB, which I guess can be another pro, but you can't really control it. Another con of this keyboard is that it's not Bluetooth. It only connects via wired, similar to the high ground keyboard. So that's can be a con, but then again, also can be a pro if you don't really care and you like it for the aesthetics of the cable and stuff. then that works perfectly fine. The final keyboard we're going to talk about, honestly, I would just get this keyboard if I was a novice and just beginning my software development journey, or if you're just beginning your keyboard collecting journey, I would get this. Otherwise, this keyboard isn't the most efficient, but I still want to talk about it because it's my first ever keyboard, so there's always going to have a place in my heart. It's the KeyMove Snowfox. This is, I believe, a 61% keyboard with 61 keys, which means it does not have any arrow keys over here, no page keys over here. But it has amazing functionalities that you would never really think about. Like, it works really well with connecting it to your computer because unlike most keyboards we talked about today, it does have a Bluetooth capability. You can also switch between Windows and Mac on the keyboard, which I think is really, really cool because none of my other keyboards let you like switch between the different operating systems like that. But I think honestly this is a great keyboard for just anybody starting off with their keyboard journey. That's why I kind of put it last, because it's not necessarily doesn't really fit fully into the functionality of this video because it doesn't have any arrow keys, which is pretty much the most necessary thing, but I still think it should be included because it's a great way to start off and it's really affordable for those of you that can't really afford some of the more expensive keyboards spoken about earlier in the video. So those are my main keyboards that I use to code more efficiently. All of these, of course, range in price from, I believe, $50 all the way up to $175. So it really depends on where you're getting them from. But honestly, I absolutely love all my different keyboards that I use. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what kind of keyboard do you use for your coding setup. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Quartz Corner.